I'm going to give you the only fitness video you ever need to get in shape. I'm going to tell you the simple ways first and then elaborate on the explanation later and just give you a few how-tos on how to do it. So, boom, eat less, move more, and then if you get some good sleep, we gotta love that too, right? So eat less. Most people, their thing when getting into fitness is to lose body fat, or most people have some body fat to lose, right? You do that by eating in a calorie deficit, aka just eat less, brother or sister, right? So let's say you burn 3,000 calories a day, you track on MyFitnessPal, whatever app, 2,500, you'll lose a pound a week. 3,500 calories in a week is a pound, so 500 below your maintenance a day, it'll lose you about a pound a week, right? It's great to track, you don't have to. I just consciously focus on not eating too much, right? And that's how I stay lean. Now, if you want the most precise and accurate results, absolutely track, but if you want something that's sustainable, that's gonna fit in your lifestyle forever, just consciously focus on eating less. Now I'm gonna give you some how-tos. Yeah, you can consciously do it by just focusing on eating less, or you can have certain things that suppress your appetite. On YouTube, there's probably not many that I can recommend outside of caffeine, which that's the only one I really do anyway on a regular basis. So there's caffeine, there are certain PEP waves, right? If you guys know what that means, there's a certain one that is good for that. And then there's other substances as well, but caffeine is one that provides lots of energy for you and suppresses your appetite at the same time. And unless you're taking a healthy dose, there's really no negative side effects to it. As long as you're getting your sleep in, right? It's not affecting your sleep. Then lifting weights. Guys, you don't have to be the most jacked person ever. Of course, you want to put on muscle and look good, but even if you're an old lady at the nursing home watching this, it's still good for you to lift weights. It's good for your joints, it's good for your bones, and it is good to have extra muscle for stabilization, moving around, and just your overall health, right? So let's say you hate lifting, you don't want to do it at all. Do one full body workout a week, and then just take all your sets to failure. Do 1 to 2 sets of body part. Just do that one time per week. That way you can maintain muscle mass. You can even gain muscle mass if you're newer in the gym doing that. And that is going to help you with bone density, your joints, and just provide you with some sort of strength, posture, and other things like that. Now guys, if you do want to stretch, I started stretching this year for my back, and it's helped with my back because I had some herniated disc. Well, they still are healing, but they made great improvements this past almost year now. Yeah, stretch at the end of your workout. You actually have a higher risk of injury if you stretch at the beginning of your workout. Not saying you will get injured, just a higher risk of it, right? And it also lowers your performance because, you know, at the bottom of the bench press or a squat where you feel a pop, that's the stretch reflex. So it takes away that stretch reflex, or it really limits it. So you actually want to stretch after your workout if you do stretch. And stretching is great. Some people say it's not, but and they recommend doing active stretches. So instead of just stretching here, you go. But yeah, for you guys wanting to maximize muscle, 3 full body workouts, 1 to 2 sets per body part. So per session. So at the upper end, do 6 sets per body part per week. Rest 2 to 3 sets between those sets for your heavy sets. And then, yeah, I mean, that's that right there. And then train to failure or 1 rep from failure on those sets. And then sleep, guys, I mean, you know, you can't really get too much sleep. If you sleep well, that's great. If you get outside, get some vitamin D, especially if you're in a colder area, you'll probably have to supplement that, but get outside, get that sun on your skin. That's gonna be great for you. And then the last thing is food quality. So the less processed the food is, the better, right? Now, processing technically just means like just changing the order of the food. So if you get a strawberry and you chop it up, that's technically processing. That's obviously fine, right? You know what I mean by processed, right? Not the literal term, but it's also literal too, but you know what I mean? The more processed, typically the worse. There's nothing wrong with chopping or blending your food though, you know? But yeah, the closer that you can get it from the garden or from the breathing animal, the better, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much that. And then, doesn't mean you can't enjoy some ice cream or sweets every now and then, guys. But, yeah, that's pretty much the protocol. Control how much you're eating, you know, don't eat too much, be active, you know. Lifting weights is great, but also, you know, be active, do some form of cardio, whether that's walking, playing sports, swimming, get good sleep, get outside, and then the closer that food is to its natural state, the better, right? And then, but do something that you can be consistent with too.